He was a filthy peasant with magic hands, hypnotized royalty, wouldn't die no matter how many times they tried, and somehow became the most powerful man in Russia. And after he finally died, the only thing he left behind was something in a jar you are not ready for. This is the absolutely unhinged story of Rasputin. Rasputin, the man who looked like a haunted scarecrow, smelled like soup left in a hot car, and somehow had the entire Russian royal family in a chokehold. This man was the equivalent of a guy you match with on Hinge who just lists entrepreneur on their profile. You know he's unemployed, but he's really good at hiding it. He wasn't a doctor, he wasn't a priest, but he could heal with the quote-unquote power of prayer and magnetic hands, which is also how every creepy guy on a wellness retreat tries you to get you to take your top off. So we're in Russia. It's the 1900s when everybody is cold, sad, and probably bleeding from somewhere. Romanovs are ruling the country like it's a game of Monopoly. They're losing, but refuse to quit. And little Prince Alexei has hemophilia, which means if he so much as bumps into a throw pillow, his insides turn into a slip and slide. Enter Rasputin, a man who looks like he got kicked out of a meth lab for being too weird. He walks in like, I got this, says a few weird prayers, stares at the kid for 14 hours, probably hums in Latin, and the kid feels better. And now the Tsarina is like, oh my God, the swamp wizard is an angel. So she invites him back. Over and over and over. And now this dude is eating borscht in the kitchen, whispering policy advice like, maybe send all the soldiers to die in war. He had no qualifications. If Rasputin existed today, he'd have a podcast called Vibes and Healing and sell mushroom jerky on Instagram. He'd be like, I'm not a guru, I'm a guide. And also, I am your wife's new boyfriend. Now here's where it gets good. Everyone in Russia hates him. Nobles, generals, peasants. Everyone is like, why is this oily drifter running the country? He's like if David Blaine and a raccoon had a baby and then that baby refused to leave the group chat. So they decide to kill him. But Rasputin, being Rasputin, does not die like a normal person. He dies like he's auditioning for a reboot of The Exorcist. First, they poison him. Nothing. He just burps and asks for dessert. So they shoot him. Nothing. He gets up. They shoot him again. He's still moving. What? They finally shoot him a third time, and he is still crawling across the floor like he's in a telenovela named Mi Amore, My Murderer. So they're like, okay, plan B. We got to drown him. And that finally works. Probably. Maybe. We don't know. He probably just went back to his home planet. And just when you think it's over, history decides to throw us a funny little curveball because they're like, but wait! Did you know he had a giant penis?
What?
I swear to God. They say it was 13 inches and then they preserved it in a jar. A jar! It's like some kind of haunted sausage. Apparently. It's in a museum somewhere, just floating and judging you.
No, it's not. Is it?
Allegedly.
It's not in a jar. It's in a storage container.
So, in summation, this man had no job, no plan. He was deeply unwashed, may or may not have had healing powers, survived 3 murder attempts, and allegedly had a foot-long dong. Basically, he was the original Florida man. So the moral of the story is confidence is everything. If you believe in yourself and have terrifying eyes, weird hands, and the energy of someone who eats raw meat in the woods, you too can sleep with royalty and get murdered like it's a Marvel origin story.
The Bert Show.